What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Killer Shrew Fans Killer Toy Reviews. Yesterday we took a look at the marvelous Legacy Collection Extreme Chompin' Tyrannosaurus Rex, and today we are bringing you yet another exciting review. We will be taking a look at this, the most dangerous creature to ever walk the earth, the Indoraptor. And you'll have to forgive the kind of high angle that we are filming this at right now, given the stance of the box. It is hard to get this whole thing in frame unless we are looking down at it, but this is a fantastic model from Mattel. It's got so many great things going for it, and I am just so excited to take a look at it for you guys. And as always, we're going to start off with the packaging and then go from there. So without further ado, let's do this! So, starting off with the packaging, we've got the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom logo in the top left corner, bars of the cage once again, just like in the film, with the Indoraptor in the cage. The bottom left corner does feature our heroes, Owen in blue, Blue looking like she is ready to square off against the Indoraptor. The bottom features the logo, Indoraptor, and if we move up the side, you can see that this Indoraptor is super posable. And the backdrop of the box is actually very different from what we have seen before. Unlike the other dinosaurs, which feature an eruption taking place on Isla Nublar, the Indoraptor's packaging art is set against a rainy, torrential downpour, just like what we have seen in the trailers. And I think it's so cool that Mattel, went out of their way to create a totally different box art for a dinosaur that we don't even see on Isla Nublar. We don't even see that till we get back to the mansion. So this is definitely a standout in that department, and it may be worth getting more than one just for that reason alone. If we flip to the back of the box here, you can see some lovely diagrams of the Indoraptor, and as you can see, it has movie-authentic posability with 2 examples of the various poses that you can get this dinosaur into. Of course, we're going to do some examples for you while we are doing this review, but if we take a closer look in the top left corner, once again we have Jurassic World, and we are reminded to get the Jurassic World Facts app, download that onto your smartphone or other device, and scan your dinosaurs and get in on the digital action of Jurassic World. Here's a better look at those Indoraptor diagrams. As you can see, this one is posed in a sort of standing upright position, whereas this other one is posed in a sort of hunched down prowling position, just like what we've seen in the trailers. And another interesting thing is the fact that those diagrams really do look like the final product we got. The bottom left features some other available toys, the story packs of Claire with the gyrosphere and Owen with Blue, rather fitting. Alright, now it is time for the hardest part of any of my reviews, and that is, of course, breaking this Indoraptor out of the Oh, wait. What's this? What have I found here? Oh, it is a second Indoraptor figure there next to his twin, and this one is already out of the packaging. I have a buddy online who decided he was already willing and ready to part with some of his Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom collection. I think he needed some money fast or something, I don't know, but I snatched up this second Indoraptor from him, and now I've solved the age-old question of to take it out of the box or leave it in. I answered that question by doing both. And just a little friendly word of advice to any of my viewers out there who have been waiting to pull the trigger on this particular figure. They are now on rollback at Walmart, so you can get yours for, I don't remember how much exactly, but it's a couple bucks cheaper than what they originally retailed for, which was some $19.99. So now they are a little cheaper, so if you've been waiting, now is the time to buy, because they're trying to clear out their stock for Wave 2, I believe. And hey, if you're like me, and I know that I am, and you want one to keep in the box, one to play with, then now is also the time to buy. Go get yourself a second one to keep on the shelf if you've already opened it up, or go get another one to open up if you haven't already opened one up. But any way you want to work it, that's my little tidbit of information for you today. So without further ado, we're going to take this Indoraptor away and give you a closer look at this baby here. And here is our Indoraptor, our loose one anyway, and we have him posed in this sort of hunkered down position. Very, very cool seeing this thing out of the box and posed in such a movie accurate way, and the fact that you can do that is awesome. But we're going to give you a closer look starting at the head as we always do, and as you can see, Mattel did not skimp on the detail on this Indoraptor. You've got scales adorning the entire surface area. The back of the skull features sort of crocodilian-like scoots, and then you've got quills, which are a nice soft rubbery feeling to them. The eye is seated nice into the orbital cavity there. It's done in a red with a cat slit. Not really a lot of gloss to make it pop, but then again, the rest of the body is certainly glossy. The teeth, as you can see, are exposed, but they are incredibly dulled down. One of my nitpicks with this figure. Another issue I have is there's a very obvious seam line on the front of the snout. Not really noticeable from a distance, but when you're up close like this, you can definitely see it. If we take a look at the inside of the mouth here, you can see that the roof and the lower jaw have been sculpted as well, the detail there, and the tongue and the cheek flaps have been painted a nice cherry red and given some gloss to really make them have that moist, wet look. And again, you can see those dulled down teeth. If we move down the body, you can see the cutouts for the articulation points, but the scaling does continue, as do those crocodilian-like scoots along the back. Just above the haunches here, you can see you've got more quills jutting out from above the hip region, and you've got some lovely folds of skin pulling away from the leg, around the thigh and the back of the tail, or the base of the tail, excuse me. And as you can see, the crocodilian-like scoots continue about a third of the way down, but the scaling does go all the way to the very tip of the tail. Not a speck of space has been left unattended to. Mattel really did it all with this model. If we move back up the opposite side, you can see it's really the same story. The scalings, the crocodilian-like scoots, some lovely folds of skin working around the thigh region, the quills above the back legs, and the cutouts for all the articulation points, and then we come back up to that Indoraptor head and those dull teeth. The hands on this model are very well sculpted. The claws are done in a sleek black. They kind of have a sort of shellac finish to them to give them a nice shiny coating. You also have some plate scales running up the back of the fingers. If you go to the forearm, you can see some lovely sculpted musculature in there, and then the bicep is also very well defined on this particular model as well, and then you can see the scapula once you get back to the midsection. The hands also feature some lovely detailing going on the palms. You can't really see that in this shot, but it is there, and it really just shows how much work Mattel did on their models. Here we can see that Indoraptor foot looking just like it does in the trailers when it comes tapping into the little girl's room. Lovely sculptural details on the toes there. You've got the signature sickle claw poised and ready to strike. If we move up the leg, you can see some more musculature in the calf region, and then the thigh looks incredibly robust and tensed up as if it is ready to pounce. Absolutely great sculptural detail on this model, like I've been saying. Good job on Mattel's part there. So if we move along the underbelly to get to everyone's favorite part, you can see you have got some folds of skin down here as well, around the thigh, the gut, and the gullet area. Lots of good sculptural detail in that department. The back right foot features the Jurassic World emblem, and the back left foot features the QR code that you scan into your phone to unlock this dinosaur. So to all of my viewers out there who want to do that, now is your chance. Don't say I don't do anything for you. Now for the paint. It's pretty accurate to what we see in the movie. It's done in this black. You've got the golden stripe running down the flank, and then the eye has a red stripe as well. Unfortunately, that golden stripe does not continue up to the base of the skull, as I think it should, if I recall correctly. I feel like it does that in the film. I do wish they had gone the extra mile and done that. And then it's also incredibly glossy. I don't know why. I don't know if that's the way it is in the movie, but it doesn't feel like it is. But I'm not a huge fan of the high gloss that they put on this thing. Now for the gimmick of this model, it's posability, and it has got so many points of articulation. Starting with the jaw, you can see that it does open and close. The head rotates at the top of the neck rotates at the base of the torso. The hands can rotate around and up and down. The wrists have a sort of ball and socket joint just like ours. Oops, bumped my mic. And here you can see the elbow can be rotated up, down, and around on both sides. Same story. And then, of course, the shoulders have a ball and socket joint and can be rotated out, down, forward, and backwards. So already so much options for articulation, and we're just at the front portion of this creature. Moving down to the legs, as you can see, they do go in, out, just like most of Mattel's other figures. Mine is a little loose on the left side for some reason, but you can move the leg forward at the knee and backwards, and then at the ankle it can go forward, backwards, and rotate around as well, as you can see, and that's the same story for both sides. So many posing options on this dinosaur. I mean, just look at all the stuff you can do with this. Really, really great for dioramas. The tail can rotate around at its base. Can't really turn side to side, but it does rotate, and then about 2/3 of the way up, you've got another rotation point for the tail. Not sure why that's there. I mean, I would have taken this point of articulation and instead given us articulation for these toe claws, like have them be able to be posed down or in the striking position. That would have been awesome. But yes, so many options for posing here, and we're going to give you a look at a few. But yeah, great for dioramas, this one. Some options of posing could be crouch down, low to the ground, as if stalking a prey item. Pondering the questions of the world. Rearing back, ready to attack an opponent. Oh, well, there's a meteor. Guess I'll die. Attacking an helpless individual, ready to feast on his face. Really having to go to the bathroom. Feeding on the flesh of a Pachycephalosaurus. Just thinking my Indoraptor thoughts. Attack position, ready to do some damage. Oh no, I left the iron on at home. So yes, so many posing options on this dinosaur, and like I said, if you like dioramas, then this is definitely a figure that you should be picking up. If we kind of stand him in a way that kind of accentuates his length, we'll bring in our trusty dusty tape measure here and give you guys a measurement for him. As always, the length can vary on this dinosaur since it can be posed in different ways, but at its longest point, you're looking at right around 15.5 inches, which is about, I want to say, 31.5 centimeters, or excuse me, 36.5 centimeters. I could be wrong there. My eyes aren't what they should be. From the base to the highest point, you're looking at right around 8.5 inches, which is about 21.5 centimeters. So very large figure if you stand him up in that sort of cliched dinosaur tail dragging pose. For size comparison, we're going to go ahead and bring in yesterday's review of the Legacy collection Tyrannosaurus Rex, and as you can see, this Indoraptor comes up just under her. It is quite the sizable beast, and if the Legacy Rex is meant to be indicative of the size of the T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park, then this Indoraptor is certainly a formidable size. And next up, I know we haven't done this review just yet on the channel, but I did want to bring in the Walmart exclusive Battle Damage Blue, because there is a scene in which Blue takes on the Indoraptor in the film. I think everyone knows that's coming, if not spoiler alert, but if this is true to form and true to size and true to scale and everything, then I certainly think Blue has her work cut out for her when she's taking on this Indoraptor, because she is vastly outgunned, if you ask me. And of course, we have to bring in our still reigning favorite of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toy line. It's our good buddy Carnage the Carnotaurus. Now, I don't know about you, but this is a fight scene that I would love to see in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I don't think it'll happen. I mean, how many dinosaur fights can you put in a movie? But, you know, a guy can dream. And of course, you already saw Chris Pratt being devoured by the Indoraptor, so you're aware of the size in scale to their 3 3/4 inch humans. Well, everyone, that is going to do it for our look at the new for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Superposable Indoraptor by Mattel. I think this is certainly one of the standouts of their lineup, and certainly one of the best things that we got from Wave 1. Bear in mind, however, that we are getting a sort of, I think it's like Stock and Strike Indoraptor, and I believe it's slated for Wave 3 in the fall, but a sudden product page on Walmart's website makes me wonder if we might be getting it earlier. That Indoraptor will have jaw action and sort of slinking motion and slashing claws and light up eyes. I don't think it'll be as posable as this one, but it will have all of those extra gimmicks. So if you're kind of on the fence about this particular model, I might recommend waiting until that one comes out. But, you know, if you're not on the fence at all and you haven't gotten it yet, then, you know, what are you doing with yourself? Go out and get it. It's fantastic. I think it will be great for collectors, great for dioramas. I do think that this is the most collector-friendly toy that Mattel gave us. I don't think it's as good for kids, given the fact that it's kind of a slow burn for the play. You kind of got to pause and sort of rearrange and pose the dinosaur as you would want to. It's kind of slow to play with, if that makes any sense. So kids might prefer, you know, the ones that have button triggers or whatever that can open the jaws really fast and give them chomping action. But beyond that, I think this is fantastic, and I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10, simply because I can't do the whodunit better thing. Hasbro, Kenner, or Mattel, since this is a special dinosaur to the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom lineup. My only nitpicks are the dull teeth and the gold stripe not running up onto the skull, and those are tiny things. As always, I would love to hear what you guys think of this model. Leave all of your thoughts down in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed our look today, don't be afraid to let us know by hitting that like button, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. That'll do it for us, and goodbye.